What if I told you? Some rivers carry stories. Stories hidden right beneath your feet. Beneath the busy streets of Chicago, the streets you walk every day, there's a hidden world, lost rivers flowing deep below us. They never disappeared. They exist, unseen, almost forgotten. Almost. Here's what most people don't know. Long before we paved roads and laid tracks, Chicago was a swampy meeting point for rivers and trails. The people who lived here first knew this land as a place of convergence, where the Chicago River met Lake Michigan through wide, shifting wetlands. But we changed all that. We filled in the swamps. We reversed the river. We buried its branches beneath concrete and steel. By the 1800s, as the city grew, engineers began burying smaller waterways to control flooding, yes, but also to make space for the city's expansion. What they didn't know was this: water has memory, and maybe it doesn't like being forgotten. In 1992, the city got a harsh reminder. You see, beneath the river lies more than silt and memory. Back in the early 1900s, a network of freight tunnels was carved beneath downtown, a hidden system that quietly helped build the city. They were mostly forgotten, until that day in 1992. Do you remember it? An old freight tunnel beneath the river cracked. At first, no one noticed, but soon the loop flooded. Basements filled, subways halted, and the merchandise mart drowned in silence. Think about that next time you walk downtown. These lost rivers still exist. They flow where you're not looking, between buildings, under your feet, inside the bones of this city, carrying time. I've always been drawn to rivers, to the stories they keep. One night, walking down Michigan Avenue, I stopped to take in the view and thought, how easy it is to forget what lies beneath this picturesque scenery. The one we recognize from every classic river shot of Chicago. Lights dancing on the water, tales of Chicago's past told by an architectural tour guide. But the river holds deep and tragic stories, like the 1915 Eastland disaster. Do you remember it? Saturday morning, July 24th, 1915. Thousands of workers and their families from the Western Electric Company were boarding the SS Eastland for what was supposed to be a festive company picnic in Michigan City, Indiana. Before the ship could set sail, it tipped, heavily loaded with passengers and weighed down by the extra safety features put in place after the Titanic. Suddenly, catastrophically, the Eastland rolled onto its side while still tied to the dock. In less than 5 minutes, 844 people were dead. Some were crushed by furniture. Others were trapped below deck as water rushed in. Rescue efforts were chaotic and the boat was mere feet from the shore, but many passengers couldn't swim. They died within sight of safety. The tragedy stunned the city. Makeshift morgues were set up. Despite known safety issues and a long history of the ship being unstable, no one was ever held criminally responsible. And just like that, history moved on. You may wonder why more people don't know this story. In 1915, World War I dominated the headlines. And this wasn't a dramatic shipwreck at sea like the Titanic. It was quiet. Today, a single plaque marks the site. But the legacy lives on. The Eastland disaster has inspired books, documentaries, and ghost stories. Descendants and historians continue to honor the victims through the work of the Eastland Disaster Historical Society. As for me, I walk by the river often, stopping to marvel at that picturesque scenery. And as I look deep into the water, imagining what's underneath, I can almost hear the passengers cry out. Almost. How cold the river must be.